Hey guys, welcome to the show today. Let's start the first male flirting and conversation. Hello Supreme, with your new conversation program, and will your new conversation program include how to on flirting? Um, it's all about communication. There is a small section on flirting, I believe. I'm trying to think back. Did I cover that? Let's just say it's mostly about how to hold a decent conversation. Sorry, how to hold a decent conversation. All right, next one. I need a quick advice. Hey, Supreme. I know that when you were in the game, your primary market was the to attract the upper class white women. Correct me if I'm wrong. You are correct. How much success did you get in attracting upper class white women since you are of color? Over 100. Okay. Did you get any racism with them? I got it from their friends. I got it from the people around them and their social peer group. That's where the racism came from. As I talked about, there were women that were pulled away from me, scolded for dancing with a black man. That's happened more than once. Maybe not. The first one was she was really scolded for dancing with a black man by her friend because her friend wanted to meet the what's called yuppies back in those days. I don't know if they still have that word, but it refers to basically white guys with potential for earning, with money, good degrees, those kind of guys. Got out of college, they got good jobs. They're the ones that these women wanted to marry. They didn't want to have biracial kids with a black man. They didn't want to, go that route. They wanted to marry these young, upperly mobile white guys. And there I was in the mix. Okay. He writes, I asked this because that's my market as well. Be able to attract the white, thick blondes with gymnast bodies. Good. By the way, I'm Mexican, 5'7", and my skin color is not light or dark. More of a brown tan. Okay. How hard was it for you to achieve success with them white women? Any important tips will be helpful. Yeah. If you listen to my voice, I don't sound like a normal brother. And that's what really won them over. Also the fact that I own my own business, and I talked about stuff that they talk about. Like I talked about life passions and purpose stuff, like they might hear their father talk about, or someone who's on the way up. So having a good conversation in that area, being able to converse with them. Also, being a bookworm, I've learned a lot about the world, so I can hold a worldly conversation with these women. And that's their normal way of life. That's how they're educated. They get educated at better schools. I'm not saying the women I went for were super rich. They were upper middle class. And they had degrees, so they had access to higher education. Their language structure was a little bit different. And I learned to communicate on that level, like I'm doing right now. And you don't have to use a lot of big words, but you have to communicate clearly and effectively. Okay. What else? I also had an edge to me. I wasn't like Jamie Foxx had a show that had this Uncle Tom black dude on there that tried to sound like he's a white guy. I didn't sound like that, and I don't sound like that. Okay. I sound like a black dude with a decent voice that can speak clear English. And I can talk the slang shit too, when it's time to start slanging shit. But that's what I believe helped me out. As I said, the fact that I own my own business, I was all about potential and all that kind of stuff. That's what I believe got me in the door and helped keep the women there. Plus, I was damn good in bed to them. Because you got to remember, they're fucking upper class white dudes, and I'm no offense against white dudes, but back then you guys didn't know how to fuck. It wasn't in your education. You guys didn't take the time to learn that shit. Most of you guys back then just watched some porn and thought that was fucking. That's the stupidest thing on the face of the earth, by the way. You watch porn, get your ideas from porn. That is just downright below stupid. I mean, dumb. But they're used to the old in and out, and they met a guy that took his time. Okay, to break them down, and that got around. Like there was one situation where I was boning this girl, and she told her roommate about me, and the roommate wanted to have sex, so I had sex with the roommate, and it broke up their friendship, though. That's the bad thing about it. Let's move on while I bask in those old-ass memories. Voice and 50 hellos and 50 how are yous. Hello Supreme, how are you? Can you give me more information on 50 hellos and 50 how are you exercise? Well, just walk up. How much more do you need? Just walk up to 50 girls, say hello, and then walk away. Walk up to 50 girls. I don't have how are you, though. After the hellos, it's time to start having a little bit of a conversation, okay? And when you start having a little conversation, you want to give them a compliment. So I had the 50 compliments, and then I had the 50 lead into a small talk, okay? And that's where I teach fellas in my 7 Steps program, okay? In my 7 Steps program, where I talk about to them for the boot camp portion of it, to use the environment. Like what's coming out in my conversation program, I'm gonna give you how to open women up, how to start a conversation by using the environment. And I'm gonna give you a lot of exercises to do to develop your skill to be able to come up with the opener, as you get nerds or pickup artists call it, an opener fast. You got 1 minute to come up with 5 openers. I'm gonna do the exercise with you again and again and again till your brain starts jumping into gear. Okay? He writes, I'm writing you because I want to better myself and stop the fear bullshit. I'm good looking, get signals. Sometimes girls try to approach me, but I get all nervous and act stupid. Stop doing that. I will buy your Confidence Kicker / 7 Steps programs when I turn 18. Need PayPal. Until then, what do I do? Do what I just asked you to do, and that should help you out. Roller Coaster from Hell. Hey, player, what's up, homie? What's up, Sparkfire? It's been almost 2 months since the last time I watched your videos. Good. Now, the last time I've watched your videos, I was on track with my workout and eating right. Somewhere in the middle, I fell off, stopped working out, and even got to the point of not watching any of your videos. I don't know if you remember my last letter that I sent you about me losing close to 200 pounds and gaining most of it back. Well, I'm at the point where I feel I'm on a roller coaster from hell, stuck with all this weight that I know, you're really heavy, okay, that I know, where did I leave off at? Stuck with all this weight that I know I have to lose to live a long, healthy life, and also to attract women, okay? Forget the long, healthy life shit. Let's focus on attracting women. 1 minute I'm focused, the next thing you know, I'm not exercising at all. Okay, you got to figure out why you're sabotaging yourself. Okay, that's what you got to do. What's going on inside your head that makes you sabotage yourself? Think about that and meditate on it, and you'll figure out, and then just stop doing that. If you ask your brain the right questions, your brain will give you the right answers, as Anthony Robbins talks about. The Wolf Pack. Hey, I'm just wondering if you have any videos on the Wolf Pack. By that, I mean the group of girls at the club. For example, say there's a group dancing and shit, and there's one you got your eye on. Do you have any tips to break away from the pack? No, I don't. Why? Because you said one you have your eye on. That signifies hoe chasing. That signifies she don't want to fuck you. She's not even interested in your ass. She don't want nothing to do with your dumb ass. So you got the game backwards, light dude. You got the wrong channel also. Okay? Now, if you had said, if there's one that has her eye on you, I would have said step over and put your hand out and break away from her pack. She wants to dance with somebody else besides her pack. Okay? But you're talking about a pickup artist game where you run up in her face and you yell your opener at her and you yell some stories at them and you try to get them interested. You have all that yelling. I don't do that shit. I don't do scrub game. Okay? I do the game the way it really is. So that bullshit about you got your eye on, that's some bullshit. You gotta see who's got their eye on you. Unfortunately, you guys got the game backwards, light dude. So good luck on that. When the game you're talking about is a numbers game. Okay? There ain't no tips in the world that's gonna help a girl that can't stand your ass to lay down and fuck you. Do you understand? There ain't no tips out there that's going to make a girl that can't stand you lay down on her back and let you stick your dick in her ass. Think about that. All right, fellas, that's our show for the day. Kind of irritates me that people come in talking some pickup artist nonsense. I don't have magic techniques. I don't do the magic shit here. I don't do magic acts. I don't get out and play a guitar for a girl and strum away and shit like that. I talk about the real shit, the way it really is out there. And once you understand that females do the choosing, whether you run up on them and do a pickup artist routine on them, they still chose. And there's something about you that they liked. Okay? That's it. There's no magic hypnosis. And I know there's some guy that puts out some bullshit about if you go up and say these routines. And I was on an internet marketing call where these marketers who sell this type of stuff. And one guy was talking about, he had met Ross Jeffries and he had got this routine from him. And he went to a bar and practiced it out, and the girl just looked at him. Finally said, you know what, I just learned this stuff. And he broke down and became natural. Okay, he didn't get laid, but they had a good conversation. All right. He talked about how he talked to her for about an hour. So there are no magic hypnosis that's going to make a girl like you. You gotta realize the girl has to like you first. Something about you. So if you look like a fucking dweeb or a geek, a nerdo, you got to change yourself to make yourself more of what girls like. And it ain't that hard. It ain't that far of a stretch. Because girls are willing to date down. If the good-looking guys in the group ain't giving them attention, they'll date down to your level. And sorry to say down to your level, but in the dating game, that's the way it is. I'm not one of those rock star, good-looking guys way up at the top. I had to work for mine. That's what pisses me off about one of the fellows that just came back to my goddamn forum. He hasn't worked on himself. No job, no car. But yet still he wants these perfect 10s. Lives at home with mommy, but still wants these perfect 10s. I had to work for what I got in the game. I had to struggle to improve myself. I started my own business. I taught fitness classes. I improved myself. I was always coming up. And it irritates me when someone who hasn't done any work on themselves, and it's a chore to get them to do one thing to work on themselves, demand, I want the hottest babes out there. Or anything close to that. So as we say in the black community, you got to get in where you can fit in. I don't know if you guys say, if the brothers say that out there outside of California, but that's a California saying. Get in where you can fit in. That means if your ass ain't 10 material, get in where you're at. That means you got to pay attention to who's choosing you, who's looking at you. Stop focusing on the smoking hot chicks and pay attention to everything else around you. Okay, if you're not a super hot dude, stop focusing on them and let's just see what level you're at. Focus on the girls that are paying attention to you. The ones that are looking at you while you're so busy staring and slathering over that smoking hot blonde with their boobs hanging out. The nice, cute brunette over there has been, giving you eye contact. You totally ignored her because she has one eyebrow that's higher than the other, or some weird nerd shit. When I was a kid, here's a lesson from when I was a kid. The older players, I had a friend named Gerald Wilhite. He's the same brother that went to the Broncos, played for the Broncos, got a Super Bowl ring, and his older brother gave me some advice that's still true today. He said, Chris, you don't fuck the face. But I like beautiful faces, man. Chris, you don't fuck the face. But what he's basically telling me is stop focusing on the smoking hot ones and see who's looking at you. Because I was into just the face. They gotta have a beautiful face back then. And I learned to come together with both of them. I want a girl with a pretty face and also had a lot going on for her, bring more to the table, that kind of stuff. So I learned to think like a business, and that's what you need to do. All of you guys, think like a business. What can she bring to my table? And we're out of time.